everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on tips and tricks on taking a toddler to Disney World. I want to start off this video by saying that I did recently take my daughter to Disney World, and if you haven't seen those vlogs, be sure to check those out. I'll link those in the... Actually, I'm going to link those in the eye in the sky is what they call it. I don't know if it's on this side or this side. We'll find out. Also, I have to say that Mia is a very good toddler. She's very happy, she likes to meet new people, she loves to go on new adventures, and she's a very easy kid. So these are the things that worked for me. If your child is a little harder to keep their attention span, or if they don't like big crowds and things like that, it might not be the best place for them, especially at an early age. But these are the things that worked for me, and I got some of these ideas from watching previous YouTube videos, and some of these things are things that I learned while I was there. So let's get into it. My first tip is to avoid going to the Disney World in Florida during the summertime. I did that because that's what worked with my school schedule as well as Bob's work schedule. But if you have the ability to go in the winter time, preferably like in the middle of the week, then you will most likely have to wait less time in the lines, and there won't be as many people there while you're walking around seeing the different sites, and avoid the summer heat. My next tip is if you're planning on going to different parks, I would suggest going to one park per day, because with Mia it was going to be hard to go from, like, say Magic Kingdom to Epcot in one day. We could have done that, we had the ability to do so, but it would have been way too much on us as the adults and her too, because she was just exhausted by the end of each day. My next tip is to plan to stay at the park the entire day. Don't try to like work in a nap time. Try to get your child to sleep in the stroller. Don't plan on leaving, because especially at Magic Kingdom, it's very hard to get in and out of the park. It probably took us 20 minutes just to get to the entrance of like actually going in and seeing the things in the park. We went through security twice at Magic Kingdom, and we had to wait a good bit to get on the tram to go to Magic Kingdom. There was also a ferry that can take you. I don't know how long that wait was to get in. I'm kind of scared of boats, so that's why I don't know, but the tram did take quite a while just to get on, and then once we finally got there, we had to go through the security again, like I said. So try not to leave the park. That's my main point. My next tip is they don't allow selfie sticks, and so I'm assuming they don't allow tripods. They didn't say anything about tripods, but don't plan on taking a selfie stick or a tripod, and if you're going to do it and break the rules, then make sure that you're like hiding it very well, because they will dig through every single pocket in your bag. My next tip is to get to the park early, probably even before the park opens. As soon as you can start driving in and parking, that's when you want to be there. The earlier the better, especially in the summertime if that's when you have to go, because the later in the day, the hotter it gets, the more humid it gets, the more miserable it is. Another thing I want to mention is fast passes. You can schedule your fast passes before you get there and everything, but something to keep in mind is you have to use all 3 fast passes before you can start getting more fast passes. We were never able to get more than 3 because the events that we wanted to go to were like later in the day, like 6 or 7. And so we had to use that one before we could use another one. And by the time we had used the last fast pass, we were ready to leave. My next tip is bringing your own drinks and snacks. They will allow you to do this if you have a child with you. I don't know if they will if you don't. The food and drinks there are very, very expensive. So if you're on a budget, I would recommend bringing anything and everything that you want to eat or drink, and plan for the whole day, like I said earlier. My next tip is bring your own stroller. The ones that you can rent at Disney are plastic, and I'm pretty sure they don't recline. I did not rent them, but I did see them all over the place. They had very minimal storage, so there wasn't much that you can put in them, and they were big, I'd never pushed one around. I don't know how heavy it was, but they didn't look comfortable, and I was very happy that I had my own stroller for Mia, and she did very well in it. My last tip has to do with sleeping arrangements. If you're with a big crowd, like for us, it was 4 adults and Mia, and to fit into a hotel room with all of us, it would have been cramped, it would have been crowded, and it would have been very, very expensive. So I would recommend Airbnb for that. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But we were able to rent a 3-bedroom house. It had a swimming pool, it had a very large living area, a dining room, kitchen, and it also had a game room, and we were able to get to Disney from our specific location in like 5 or 10 minutes depending on traffic and whether or not we stopped for like coffee or whatever. Sorry, I have an itch. But I would definitely recommend Airbnb because they were less expensive and it was a whole lot more comfortable. It felt more homey and we weren't piled on top of each other. We all had our own rooms, we all had our own bathrooms, and we had a private pool. And my very last tip, it has to do with buying souvenirs. If you can, avoid buying souvenirs at all because they're extremely overpriced, and in my opinion, it really isn't worth it. I'll show you at the end of this video a haul of the things that we bought there, but if you can, avoid buying souvenirs at all costs. And if you do decide that you have to buy souvenirs in the parks, I would recommend going to the biggest, like, main souvenir shop where they're gonna have every single character available in that park. Because if you buy things one at a time like we did, then you're gonna spend so much more money. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I got at Disney. These are all things that we purchased for Mia, and she loves every single one of these, but they were very, very expensive. Okay, going off of what I just said in the very last tip that I gave, these 2 things, if I would have purchased them at the same time, then I could have saved. So I will show you them. The first one we got is this baby mini. It has like a blanket for her, and since Mia's obsessed with blankets, these are the ones that she had to have so that she could put the blankies on her babies. So we got a mini one, and we also got an Elsa one. If you saw our vlogs, you saw that she purchased this one by herself in a shop after the ride, and each of these is like $40. That's ridiculous. So if you buy them together in the big shop, I think you can get 2 for $40, which is a much better deal. The next thing that we got her is this baby mini as well. This one's very soft and it jingles. She had to have this one. She was not leaving the shop without it, and this one is the only one that we bought. So I guess if you were going to buy this, you could buy this in any shop. But if you're planning on buying multiple things, I would definitely recommend going to the main gift shop. I cannot recommend that enough. But we did also get her some mini ears. I don't remember how much they were, but they are, I think they were the most expensive ones there. But they're the ones that she wanted, so these are the ones that her daddy got her. And they have like a pillowy bow with furry ears. She looks super cute in them, and I'm so happy that we have these as a souvenir. But you could buy these, I'm sure, at the souvenir shops like outside of the parks. That's everything that we got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If these tips were helpful for you, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any more tips or tricks that you think I left out, or if you'd like to add, please leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.